adjustments you made, because you were talking about that of, you were so excited, you did all this research and all this studies and everything, and then you get in there and then it's like, oh wait, this maybe isn't working for my particular child. and
That's
and
right.
like I said, that to me is the difficult part of homeschooling, because because people ask me sometimes, like, as a professional, how do I separate myself as a mom? And I don't.
Oh,
I
it's hard.
can't, like, I
It's
cannot.
hard.
I do sometimes. But that's the thing, and I shouldn't. I am. This. For me, it is my profession, but really, and that's why a lot of moms, they say, well, I only have an associate's degree, or I don't have a degree, so
Yeah,
I'm not qualified. And I'm like, but to me, like, the power is really more from being a mom, more than having a research background or
that's
education
right.
background. That's where the power really comes from, because that motivation of seeing them as a
Yes.
whole person, really comes in. So I wanted you to talk a little bit more about the curriculum, the research, and then the adjustments. And, what was it that made you know, hey, maybe this isn't, working for
So,
my particular child, and maybe it's different for all of them.
oh yeah. Oh, I always say that in the ideal world, we buy the first set of curriculum for the first child, and then everyone, the next few they will use the same thing. But I've come to realize that that doesn't really work because every child is different. The learning style is different. So I feel so when with my first child, because the other two were still little, I could devote a little bit more time to her. And so when we have to do something more hands-on, more teacher intensive, I could afford the time. But then as the second child is ready for more quote academic work, um, I feel like, I there are certain individual subjects that I have to, change a little bit. Like, yeah, we do a Bible together, we do history, geography, things like that together. And in fact, recently I was just thinking, I miss those times when we have circle time together because when they were little, they all woke up early and we could just do school together. But now as teenagers, they kind of wake up at different times. So it's a little bit hard to have circle time. Not that they really want to as teenagers anymore. So so we would do certain subjects together, but when it comes to math or even language arts, we have to, I do it one child at a time. And so I have to switch to certain curriculum where, I can give a little bit overview and say, okay, you work on this. And then I switch to another child and work with the next child. And then when the third one join our uh, school formally, even though, she has really just been lingering around and hanging around and just doing stuff. And because being the youngest, she actually picked up a whole lot more than you would think that she's just hanging around and playing with blocks and stuff like that. But she's really learning at the same time. And but anyway, so it's like and then like if a text particular curriculum works for the first child, but the second child is more visual and do not like worksheets, so that doesn't work. Whereas this child like work, so you just really have to switch and try and error. And I think it's like we have to be ready to ditch a curriculum if it doesn't work, because a lot of time I know that like we already paid for this. I don't want to waste the money to just stick
Right.
throughout the year. But I feel like if we continue, sometimes it will actually do more harm, because like the child hates it and you are struggling, you sometimes both end up crying. So I feel like we have to be, if we've realized that something is not working, we have to be ready to say, okay, this is not working. If it's the first child, you can actually keep that curriculum, and then maybe the second one child, it will work. And so I usually
Right.
keep the curriculum until it's like the third child. And once I realize that I am using it with her, I'm not using it, that's when I bring it to the homeschool room for consignment, and I'll pick up new curriculum. Yeah, we have a homeschool room here. Well, it is a bookstore, homeschool curriculum. You basically pick up used curriculum, or you can consign your curriculum and get credits for. Yeah.
That's great. And I know you're in Charlotte, North
Yes,
Carolina, and there's a big community there.
that's right.
Here in Roanoke, it's not quite as big, but it's really helpful to get into, like, the Facebook groups and
Yes.
the different organizations. and things like that. So, well, tell me a little bit about how is it going now? Because you said your oldest is, I think she's 17 now. So
Yes.
you, because you've got like 12th, 10th, and
So
8th grade.
17, 15, and 13. So my 17-year-old
Okay.
actually graduated last year at 16 from high school with her associate degree. So she is attending a college right now. She because with her associate degree, she started as a junior and she's graduating end of this year at 18 from college. And some people ask, how do you do it? I really do not. I mean, when we started homeschool, I did not plan on like fast tracking, or it was just really, she always say, I'm your guinea pig. It's true. In parenting, in homeschooling, she's my guinea pig because I do not know what I'm doing. Um, so with her, she's graduate and she's really enjoying her uh, major, and we are really close. And I really attributed that to the years we spent together homeschooling and even driving her to her dance classes. We talk a lot about the future, what she wants to do. And even looking back, like a lot of her um, calling was formed because like she really felt led to one area that through our conversations, in the car, at home. And so I'm really happy to see that, she is really where she was supposed to be. My son is 10th grade right now. So last year we switched to online curriculum just because I feel like he needed. In fact, over the years we have done like online textbook type. We have done. I've outsourced subjects here and there. We have tried a lot of different curriculum, and even though at times it's like this may work for this period of time, when as they grow older, I found out okay, they prefer this and not that, and so we switch around. So right now, where I am with my son is that he's doing an online curriculum and he's really enjoying it. And my youngest, we are still doing. Uh, she said that she wanted to do a textbook type of, she doesn't want online. Although she had mentioned maybe next year I'll try some kind of online classes just to see what it's like. But with her, um, as the kids grow older, when I'm picking curriculum, I kind of discuss with them. We will go to something if it's an online something that I'm ordering. I said, do you prefer this textbook or this textbook? Because we are going to do earth science. I'm deciding between these two. I think they're both good. Which one do you like, better? So sometimes we'll go to the bookstore, the homeschool, and they will flip through the book, and and they they say, oh, I think I like this, but it feels better. The layout is better for me. So you ask, how is it going now? Well, they take a little bit more autonomy into what they want to do. I ask them a little bit more than compared to when they were little. I basically bought everything and decide what they are doing. So it's more like I feel like my role now is more of a facilitator than a teacher. And
Mm-hmm.
My youngest, because she has been independent because of how she is has been participating since she was 2.5. She's very independent. So I always just when they have questions, they will ask me. So it's more like a consultant slash facilitator than a teacher. She'll read the textbook, read the lesson. If she doesn't understand, I will explain to her. Same for my son, even with the online curriculum. We're like after he goes through the lesson, if he needs more clarification, I would just go through it. I mean, if for people who are thinking, well, I don't know all these. In fact, like right now, my son is taking chemistry. I have forgotten the chemistry I've taken when I was 15 years old. So, but we learned together. I watched a video together, and because I'm older, I could, some of it could come back, and or we will Google and let's watch some YouTube and see what they say. I'll help him to search. So we learn together, and then I explain this is what I think it means. Like especially he has to calculate mole, some molecules, the mole to gram to is like I have no clue how to do all that. But we watched to get the videos together and we learned together. And then I kind of explained to him, and then he got it. And or sometimes he doesn't. I don't, we just like, you're not going to be a chemist, so that's fine if you don't understand this part. Let's move on.
And that's great. And there are like our co-op, for example, we're looking to do chemistry next year, and we've been using the Apologia curriculum, but they're looking to, it's called Chemistry 101, I think, and they said it's going to be like a little bit scaled back, so that way if people want to do Apologia at home, or if they want to do it here at the co-op, it'll just be a little bit less math intensive, for people who want more just an overview of chemistry versus maybe the more technical that a different curriculum offers. So, and that's the thing, with homeschool is you can kind of pick and choose, that those kinds of things. And that's, like I said, that's part of the beauty of it.
That's right.